What's in, what's out? Where's it going? Dude, ask the question.
Was it hard for you to give trust afterwards to somebody?
No, I don't think so. I follow a little closer. I follow things, and I threaten my financial people. But I follow it closer, and I'm talking to the kids. In my business, we don't invest their money. We do their contracts and we look after them. We put them in front of financial people that.
Is that what you say to the kids' parents today? Your son is going to be an NHLer. He's got to pay attention.
Your son has a chance to be an NHLer.
Well, yeah, or has a chance, but he has to pay attention to where his money is going to go.
Yeah. A lot of the parents will do that also, which is good. I mean, it's their money. You can't. Because it happens often. It happens more often than everyone thinks.
It did happen not too long ago with Jack Johnson.
Yeah. How about that?
He was flogged by his own family.
Mom and dad, for God's sake. That's terrible. But you have to pay attention. And yes, you can say, oh yeah, well you're a hockey player and you're going to play hockey. I agree. But you have lots of free time. You do have free time, and you should be paying attention.
Do you think hockey players, young hockey players, should play 12 months out of the year? They should play hockey?
No, our kids play too much. They don't need to.
Summer camps and everything?
When you're a kid or a pro, you got to have rest. I mean, even you guys in your business, if you're going, there's time you're going to say, I have to rest. And you have to. Our kids do not need to play 12 months of the year. I never went to a hockey school until I went as an instructor after I turned pro. Played baseball and tennis and played all the other sports. You mix with other parents, you mix with other kids. And when you're on this hockey travel team, same kids, same parents, I'm not sure that's healthy. I think it's a little healthier to play different sports, rest up, have fun, other parents, other kids, and I think that's the way it should be done. And our kids play far too much.
I'm a parent and mother and father, and I have my son, and Bobby Orr comes to my living room. It's pretty hard to not have you represent them. But your reputation is no bullshit, no BS. Yeah. If I say that on TV, that's who you are. Straightforward, don't play games with anybody. So you come in and just tell them the way it is. Hopefully you'll play. You can't, I think it's good to tell, there's no guarantee. It's good to be able to call it a straight shot.
Well, we don't get everybody. Ricky Kern, you brought up Ricky, who's my partner, is a straightforward guy, very knowledgeable in the business, probably the oldest agent in the business, and the guy that's been in it the longest. And we've lost clients telling them the truth because they don't like what they hear. We've told some clients and parents things that they didn't want to hear, but it woke them up and they stayed with us. But we have lost clients by telling them what we think they should hear and not what we think they want to hear. Yeah. And I think this business isn't run like that anymore. There are so many guys in the business, and there are some guys out there that, in my mind, aren't operating properly. But we'll keep going, and we will continue to do our business the way we do it right now.
Bobby, you have a special kid. When I call a special kid, Aaron Engblad. What is the #1 option for a defenseman today? What does he have to be, in your opinion, to become like one of the top 1 or 2, 3 defensemen on the team?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I've watched Aaron for a long time, and he's going to be a great player in this game for a long time. Now, this year was really for an 18-year-old kid right out of the chute. And Jack, you'll understand this, you're a hockey guy. I was just so. I knew he could read the ice. I knew he could.
Find open ice.
Hockey sense.
This kid, and he was better than I thought. Especially, that will come later. But right out of the chute, he gets his shot through. He gets it around the net. He passes, and he's had a great year. Caught up to him a little bit, like an 18-year-old for an 18-year-old. He's come out of a league that plays weekends, 60 games.
It's a long season.
Now you're with the big boys and you're battling all the time. But how he's held his composure all year, Jock, has been really, in my mind, amazing.
Is to see something as a former player and what you see today with a lot of the young kids you have, what's going on in the NHL, an important letter to have in a sweater, Bobby?
I think it's so important to have the veteran leadership in a room. I really do, and I think it's important to have a coach. I mean, it's upsetting to me at all levels, junior, college, even pro. I see some coaches. In my mind, a coach's job is to lift the players. It's not to beat them down. And you see some coaches that all they do is beat on these kids. And everybody, and the coaches have to understand the level that each player is capable of playing at. And if he's playing at that level, come on. You know, at the NHL level, there's not, with the cap and all the rest, there's not much you can do. What you have, you work with. And in my mind, there's far too much at every level of knocking the kids down, beating on them, and it turns the kid, the player, off, and it's at every level. It's not just juniors or minor hockey. It's happening everywhere, and I don't understand these coaches that, you know, it should all be about building them up. How do I get the most out of you? Not. And every player can't take a beating all the time.
Yeah.
Every player can't be beat on all the time. You got to try to lift them up, and some coaches at every level, they just don't do it, and I don't understand it. I don't.
And then leadership doesn't come necessarily with the letter C. I mean, the Boston Bruins won 2 Stanley Cups, and you guys didn't have a captain. Johnny Busick was the chief, but
if you have leadership in your room, I mean, a veteran player can say, hey, you know, if there's a relationship, if there's a type of relationship the coach should have with players, a player can go in and say, look, you got to lay off Jacques. You're
right.
And that's not babying them. Remember, oh, you're babying. That's not babying them. That's trying to lift them up to play to their potential, and it's not happening enough.
Bobby, today, as we know for a little while now, there's no red line. What's your opinion on that?
I guess I ask you two guys a question. Have you ever seen injuries the way we have them now? The injuries now? I mean, you can win today if you keep your team healthy and you have a good goaltending. I just think that without the red line there, our game is too fast. These guys are too strong. They're so big, the speed. And it really is hurting us. Many of your viewers are thinking that concussions are caused in the end zones. They're not. It's center ice. Why we're too open. I, for one, I don't think it'll ever happen, but I, for one, would love to see the red line put back in. We have to somehow slow this game down.
And bring back skills, a little bit more skills.
Bring back skills. We've made it, in my mind, and I'm sure the league won't like this, but we've made it a dangerous game. We really have. We've added 4 feet in the offensive zone. That's a lot in hockey.
Yes.
And they'll load the one side and put the guy out here with the one-timer. Boom, and guys are, the Simmons kid last week, he's in front of the net and bang, broken ankle. Pacioretty goes down the other day. I mean, you can, Letang's not going to be. Not sure if he's going to be back. Apparently Kane is Kane.
Might come back in a second.
These are all good players, and when your good players are going to have the puck, and when you have the puck, and it's, how many unnecessary hits
in a game?
It's watch. I mean nothing.
Yeah.
They mean nothing, but hurt. Here, finish your check. What happened last year in the playoffs was Sid Crosby. I mean,
yes.
And you can't help them. There should be a little code on the ice. Let the players do it. Hey, guys, if that's what the league wants to see, this bang, 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 and they don't want to share skilled players, show their skills, fine. That's it. If that's what they want. That's not what I want. But I'm not trying to make them sissies, please. Right. But if a player that doesn't play, I was a pain. I mean, I hit guys, and I was going to be hit, and I knew it. But if we have a player that doesn't do that and he doesn't yap and doesn't poke, come on. Okay. Leave him, let him play, bump him, grind him, get in his way. Jean Beliveau.
Sure,
do you think we ran into Jean Beliveau? We got in his way, and if we could catch Cournoyer or Lafleur, we got in their way. We'd get in their way. And that's the way our game has to be played. And it's bang, 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 bang. Shoot the puck in, bang, bang, bang. Put that center line back.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
slow the play down.
These guys are too big and too strong. We can't keep playing like this. We really can't. We got to protect our players.
Nous nous sommes déplacés en Floride pour rencontrer un des plus grands joueurs de l'histoire de la Ligue nationale de hockey. Bobby Orr a été extrêmement généreux. Il nous a consacré plus d'1 heure de son temps pour cet entretien. Nous aimerions remercier le Wyndham Grand Jupiter Hotel de nous avoir permis de réaliser cet entretien.
You've been retired now for over 40 years.
Still a kid.
40 years. How do you want people to remember Bobby Orr?
I just hope they, remember me as a guy that went out every night to play at my level. I think that's the most important thing. That's the only thing that upsets me in the game today. These players that don't go out and play at their level every night. And we all have a level. And I knew what my level was. You know, I didn't need to read a paper or listen to a news broadcast to know I played well or played poorly. I'd look at myself, and I just wish the players would look in the mirror and look at themselves and say, did I play at my level tonight? And that's all I need. I don't need you or Jock, anybody. I kind of know when I play.
But you don't like it when we talk about individual honors. I mean, you've won 2 Stanley Cups. You were part of a great team of the Canada Cup in '76.
But how did they happen?
Norris Trophy.
But Norris Trophy, you won 8 of them.
Yeah, but how did it happen?
Well, it happened on a team.
You come to play every night, and
I came every night at my level, and I played with a hell of a team. I mean, they talk about the plus minus. We played with 4 defensemen. We had 1 year we had 8 or 9 or 10 20-goal scorers. Lots of goals being scored. Power play, penalty kill. We didn't kill penalties. We were going for it.
We're scoring goals.
But that's the way we thought.
Yeah. How many defensemen have won the scoring championship? How many?
1.
How many times did you win the scoring championship?
You know, I went through this. I thought it was 2, but I think
it's 2.
I think it's 2, and maybe 3. But because I did a contest and I got it wrong. I forget. The guy said, "You kidding me?" I said, "I don't remember."
But it's got to be your best souvenir. I mean, you've still today.
I mean, the words are nice. They're nice, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Humble here. It was great.
You are who you are, Bobby. You know, you're a good guy.
Just to carry that Stanley Cup. To go on down the main drag with the cup on the back of the car. I mean, that's what it is. That's growing up as a kid. All of us. I used to see the Montreal Canadiens, the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's who we watched. Hoisting that Stanley Cup. Are you kidding me? And parading around. I can still see it like it was yesterday, following Johnny Busick around Boston Garden, like I used to see on television. That's what it's about. And you know, your family, your friends, your town, they're also thrilled. The Bruins fans, think about it. That's what it's about. The awards were nice, and I was thrilled that I could win those, but that Stanley Cup was it.
Mr. Orr, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you. And if I can say something, you are.
Thank you.
The greatest.
Don't get me in trouble here.